Okay. Okay, students. So you have seen the question. Then I have told you after reading the question, you find out which expenses will come under which overhead. Then it will be easy for you all to do the sum. Now, as I told, and you remember the format, we will start with the materials. Okay. So we'll start with. So this was the question. Okay, as I have told you, you have to start with materials. So starting will be opening stock of raw materials 1st April 2015. The stock on 1st April 2015, 75,000. Then we have to say what is there related with raw materials. This is a closing stock of raw materials, so we will do it afterwards. Then purchase of raw materials. We have to add it with the opening stock of materials. Then next, expenses on purchase. Now what you are purchasing? You are purchasing raw materials. So expenses on purchase is also related with materials. Okay. So opening stock of raw materials plus purchase of raw materials, then add expenses on purchase 1500, you will get 1,42,500. Then now we will minus less stock of raw materials on 30th April 2015, means closing stock of raw materials you have to minus, that is 91,500. So after doing the material part, you will get cost of raw materials consumed, that is 51,000. Next, after I told you after direct materials, next is direct wages. So you will add direct wage 52,500. There is no direct expenses. See here, there is no direct expenses. The word is not there, that expense. So adding materials and wages, we got prime cost, that is 1,03,500. Then next we have to add the factory overheads. So we have to see which expenses will come under factory overhead. So here, as I told, indirect wages will come because wages we paid to labor and labors are in the factory. So indirect wages is 1. Then work in progress, opening and closing both. Then electricity charges, factory, it will come. Then depreciation on plant and machinery, as I told, plant and machines are used in factory. So depreciation on plant and machinery will come under factory overhead. Expenses on purchase we have already done, and these things are the expenses which will not come under factory overhead. So factory overhead we have written indirect wages, factory rent 15,000, then depreciation on machinery 3,500. So these are the main factory overhead, the main factory expenses. So these three we have done. Then we will get this much, 21,250. Then we have to add the opening work in progress. Work in progress on 1st April 2015, that is 28,000, and we will get 49,250. Then we have to minus the closing work in progress. So work in progress on 31st January 2015 is 35,000. So work cost, we'll get work cost, but how? See here. This was the factory overhead we are doing. So these three expenses we have recorded. Then we have added the opening work in progress. Then we have minus the closing work in progress. So factory overhead total is 14,250. Now to get the work cost, what you will do? To get the work cost, you have to add the factory overhead total with the prime cost. It was already in the format. Okay. So adding prime cost with the factory overhead total, we get work cost, which is 1,17,750. So next we have to add office and administrative overhead. So under office and administrative overhead, as we can see, only office rent is there. So we have added the office rent. So adding, since only there is one expenses, so we have directly written it in amount column. It is 2,500. So adding office and administrative overhead with the work cost, we get cost of production. So cost of production total is 1,20,250. Okay. Now there will come finished goods. Okay. So opening stock of finished goods is always added with cost of production. If it is not there, then after cost of production, we directly add selling and distribution overhead. But since in this question, these two are there, so we have to do what? Add the opening stock of finished goods with cost of production. We will get 1,74,000 and then minus the closing stock of finished goods, which is 31,000. So doing this calculation, we get cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold is 1,43,250. Now we will add the last expense, that is selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution expenses. Okay, as you can see, there was showroom rent, advertisement, and salesman's salary and commission. Okay, so these three we have to add, that is okay. So this is the cost of production, and lastly we have to add the selling and distribution expenses. Here should be the showroom rent, then advertising, then salesman salary and commission. Okay, I have given you like this. These expenses can also come. Okay, but in the question it's given showroom rent, then advertisement, then salesman salary and commission. Okay, so adding the selling and distribution overhead, we get 12,500. That is the total of selling and distribution overhead. Adding selling and distribution overhead total, which the cost of goods sold, we get cost of sales. That is 1,55,750. Okay. Now in this question, sales is given. Sales is 2,11,000. So we will, after writing the cost of sales, which is 1,55,750, we will, this part we will keep blank. Then we will write sales 2,11,000, and then we will find out whether there is profit or loss. In this question there will be profit because sales is more than the cost. Sales is 2,11,000 and cost is this much. So sales minus cost, we got 55,250. So profit will be 55,250. Okay. Hope you have understood this sum of quotient. We will do more sums of quotient. Okay.